Prehistoric landscapes, thriving wildlife, and some unrivaled natural beauty are just a few of the things that make Australia's Northern Territory one of the places that you have to visit. I just went on a 10-day trip, and here's everything that I got up to.
Today is day one of my Australia trip, and I'm about to go crocodile hunting. I'm on the way to Kakadu as we speak, but before I get there, we're gonna go see if we can catch some crocs.
Getting into crocodile-infested water is a little scary, especially when you realise that you can't even see them, like that guy there. And this guy was so camouflaged as well, that seeing these creatures up close is amazing.
So we've just come to a second location to see if we can find more crocodiles. And there are actually a few in there, but I think that because it's low tide, there aren't as many as normal. Today's been really cool, but it's been a lot of driving, and I got up at 3 this morning because I'm so jet lagged. So I am very tired, but I'm looking forward to the sunset this evening and then seeing what we get up to tomorrow.
For sunset this evening, we went to Ubirr Rock, which is a pretty magical place, and if you're in Kakadu, it's just one of those locations that you have to visit.
Right behind me is some Aboriginal rock art, which I asked how long it's been here for, and he said that they actually have no idea. But if you have a look, it's absolutely beautiful, and you can see a whole bunch of different things depicted. So most of this is actually fish from what I've heard, but if you look up here you can actually see a hand. I just find it incredible to think of a human putting their hand up to the rock 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 years ago, maybe even more, and I'm here all that time later having a look and seeing it. This is absolutely incredible. The detail of the rock art behind me is honestly like nothing I've ever really seen before. So apparently this is approximately 2,000 years old. They say that it's actually really hard for them to date it exactly. Look at this turtle. Look at these turtles. So these turtles are approximately 2,000 years old, which I just find absolutely insane. I'm on my way up to the sunset point now, and I can already see that I think it's going to be a pretty beautiful one this evening. I think I may have been right. Look at this.
After sunset last night, we headed back to camp and set up our swag so that we could look at the stars all night long before then getting back up the next morning and heading off on another adventure.
Today is day number 2, about to head off to Jim Jim Falls. It is absolutely roasting. Now, this place is beautiful. I mean, look at this. Look at these little mountains going around. That's my group right there. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. They're actually really cute. And they're all pretty cool. I'm practicing my Spanish as well. So at the beginning I was like, perdóname, no hablo mucho español, pero entiendo más. Ahora, si tienes las preguntas, yo puedo hablar con el tour guide y dije con ello. I know that's pretty bad, but look, it's doing the trick. But yeah, I will show you a little bit of the pathway to Jim Jim Falls. There we go, look, it even says it right there. Jim Jim Falls. And then crocodile safety, mate. We've got to be very safe around the crocodiles. That's an incredibly bad Australian accent, but let's go. So about 10 minutes into the walk, you're going to see this beautiful clearing, which you're not actually allowed to swim in because there's like 99% no crocs, but there could be some. And look at how beautiful it is already. So Jim Jim Falls, where I'm going, is around here, I've been told. But for now, we're going to continue on our journey. But before I do, I just want to say that this trip to Australia has been sponsored by Real Aussie Adventures and by NT Tourism. So if you like what you see in this video and you want to have a similar experience, I'm going to leave a link down below. So click on that and you can head off and have your own incredible experience through the Northern Territories here in Australia. So after walking through the mud and the rocks for about 20 minutes, you just find this little tropical paradise. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Look at this little blue lagoon that we've got here. It's a private beach and this incredible view. Northern Territories is beautiful. Over the next couple of days, my tour and I went to a couple of different locations and just got to see the natural beauty of Northern Territory. While we also got the opportunity to learn all about the culture and the history that surrounds this magical place. We saw some incredible sunsets here as well, probably some of the best that I've ever seen. And after Kakadu, we headed to Litchfield National Park, which is where we got to see some incredible termite mounds. They were so cool to see in person. And we went to a couple of other absolutely beautiful swimming spots. We are heading off to go see some animals in this badass unit. So let's get going. Just rocked up to Territory Wildlife Park Darwin, and I think they've got a couple of cool things planned for me, so let's go on inside and see what we're going to get up to today. First up was to see the barramundi, the stingrays, and a bunch of other fish, and this is what he called the stingrays. It was so cute.
Big wet happy dog.
Got to see the barramundi feeding as well, which was insane. They are such big fish. And then I got to have this amazing experience with the sugar gliders, who were genuinely just the cutest creature on this planet, apart from this little rat who was also very cute. After that, we went to go see the aviary show, but this specific creature here was my favorite by far. So intelligent, so it has learned to pick up stones to help it to break ostrich eggs, because of the fact that the ostrich eggs are so hard that they can't break through with their beak alone. The intelligence of this species is absolutely astounding. And last but not least, I wanted to spend some time with some wallabies, who are just such beautiful little animals. I love that they're just literally mini kangaroos, and they're so cuddly. After visiting Territory Wildlife Park, we got back in the car and headed off to a swimming location. So I've just arrived at Berry Springs. There just seem to be so many places here that you can go for a swim, and there's all of these like upper pools, lower pools, medium pools. So in case, because I think it's school holidays right now at the moment, so there are a bunch of people. So if you come in the off season, I think there's probably less. But even with that being said, I mean, if you look at how beautiful this place is, there's actually not that many people. You can't expect there to be more. If this was Ireland, it would be crazy. After Berry Springs, we headed to Mindle Beach to watch the sunset. This place is amazing because there's a massive food market and there's even camels on the beach. And then I went out and partied a little because, well, Darwin's pretty fun. So it is currently like 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm heading from Darwin to Alice Springs for the second part of the trip. From what I've heard, it's going to be really hot in Alice Springs, but there are just so many cool things. So after flying from Darwin to Alice Springs, we had a quick little 2-hour nap and then headed straight to Territory Desert Park, where we got to see some dingoes, some more kangaroos, and we got to see another bird show as well, which was incredible. And I even got to hold an owl this time, which I've never done before, so that was a really cool little moment. Straight after that, we hopped back into the car, got to see some of the most amazing landscapes on our way to go and see Walper Gorge. This is a place that is really significant for Ananu culture and history, and being able to be present in a place that just has so much historical significance is quite magical. And then on our way back to camp, we got our first glimpse at the iconic Uluru. And then after another night's camping, looking at the stars, we headed off to Uluru in the morning. So I've just got back from Uluru. Quite a lot of Uluru is very sacred to the people of Ananu. And as someone who's not like trained, I suppose, on the ways and on exactly which locations and which specific parts of Uluru are sacred, I didn't want to show anything that I wasn't supposed to. So I thought that I would just take a bunch of videos and I could do a little voiceover of the ones that get approved that I'm allowed to show you guys. But there was just a stillness to the place. a beauty that is quite hard for me to describe. So it's definitely somewhere that I would recommend visiting. And we have arrived at our campsite. So this is going to be my last night camping. And then I've got another day of going around tomorrow. But then tomorrow evening, I'm going to be headed back to Alice Springs, where I'm going to have one last day here in Australia. It's been such an incredible trip, and I hope you've enjoyed watching the video so far. There are a lot of flies. The only thing that I haven't enjoyed. But, I mean, it's a small price to pay for all of the incredible views that I've had and the amazing experience that it has been. So yeah, I'm gonna take a couple of vids, show you around the campsite, and yeah. Last night I slept in a swag again so that I could watch the stars, and it was one of the most amazing star shows that I think I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, just have a look at this. And then the next day we headed off to hike around Kings Canyon, a place that I've heard so much about. And inside Kings Canyon, there's even a place called the Garden of Eden. So this is Kings Canyon hike. Apparently one of the most beautiful in Northern Territories. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's at the top. But this is my view so far. We got up pretty early, so there's a lot of stairs. Yeah, we got up at 4:25 so that we could, I don't know, it's because it's going to be really hot today. It's going to be like 35 degrees. So they didn't want us hiking in the heat, which is fair enough. And I think the hike's going to take about 3 to 4 hours. So they want us to get it done before the sun comes beating down on us. So I'll show you what it's like at the top. This hike is absolutely beautiful already. Can't wait to see what it looks like at the end. But here is a view of what I can see. Look at how amazing this place is. So I'm currently in a place known as the Garden of Eden, or I'm on my way there anyway. You gotta climb down a whole bunch of stairs, come into this kind of little canyon, and then I think that I'm gonna have to climb up a bunch of stairs on the other side. I have stayed back because I get a little self-conscious when I'm filming and I don't want everyone on my tour to see me, but that is them over there. Say hey. Look, they're all smiling at me. So welcome to the Garden of Eden, a sacred and spiritual place. After visiting the Garden of Eden and exploring more of Kings Canyon, it was time to head back to Alice Springs. This is my last day here in Australia, and I'm at Simpson's Gap. Not to be confused with Homer Simpson. I actually heard a joke recently, and I'm not going to tell you about that. This place is too peaceful for me to be trying to make everyone laugh. It is really beautiful, and I saw a rock wallaby, which I understand now why it's called a rock wallaby, because it literally just blended into the rocks. Like, I didn't see it at all until my tour guide was like, look, a rock wallaby, and it was over here, I think. Let me zoom out a little bit. Look at this place. Simpson's Gap. For this last day in Alice Springs, I went to a bunch of different locations, and here are a few of my favorites. So next time that I tell you I know a place, trust me, because I know a place, you know? How about we just come here and, I don't know, we read a book, we have a beer, probably not read a book, but yeah, I know a place. Come to Northern Territories, because I know a place. But with all that being said and done, what an epic view to end an epic adventure. So thank you all for watching, and yeah, come to Northern Territory if you want to have a pretty unique and exceptional